So hi everybody, it's Sarah and I'm in Switzerland, and I thought I would make a little movie to show you a little bit about my apartment and where I'm staying. My guess is some of you think I'm in some Swiss chalet in the Alps eating fondue and chocolate, but that's not exactly the case. So I thought I would show you around and let you check it out. So here's my movie about my apartment. So let's get started. So I'm here in Lausanne, Switzerland, and this is the front part of my building. Actually, I'll back up. I'm in kind of a high-rise type building, which is a little bit unique. Most of the buildings seem to be smaller and have maybe like 8 or so apartments in them, but this is how you get in. You have to use your key in this little Tuji what's it thing, or buzz somebody, and then the door opens. So it's pretty safe, which I think is good. Switzerland in general is pretty safe. There's not a lot of crime here. And here's kind of the lobby area with some seating and whatnot. And I'm down here on the end, just past the elevators. So the red doors are the elevators to get upstairs. And then here's my apartment. So let's go ahead and go on in. So when you first come in, there's my shopping bags. It's kind of like a little, I don't know what this is, a vestibule. Hi. And you come into the living room area. So there's some crazy yellow walls in here, but it's pretty normal. TV, couch, etc. So I spend most of my time probably in here when I'm home. And one thing that's nice is that I have a little patio, so I can sit out here and read if I want to. And I'm on kind of a little bit of a busy street here. This is Avenue des Figuiers, which I think means Avenue of the Fig Trees, which I'm not sure if those are figs, but those trees are all over. And you won't be able to see it, but just beyond these trees, kind of tucked in there, is Lake Léman or Lake Geneva. And then I also can see France and the mountains back there. So everybody here speaks French, although people that I work with speak English, so that helps me. And my cable is in French, so everything, well, most everything is in French or German, it seems like. So, but I have been watching a lot of reruns of Knight Rider in French, and they say Michael and Kit instead of Michael and Kit, so it's kind of funny. Anyway, here's my kitchen. So it's kind of like a galley kitchen, and it's got crazy red and white tile. And this microwave is actually a big deal. That's part of the reason why I'm in this apartment, because it had one. And here's my sink. So something that's different is they have drain boards here, which seems kind of interesting. And the other thing, when I moved in, I asked the lady that moved me in, I was like, what is this? I don't understand this. And she just pops it right in here, and it's the stopper for the sink. So it's got an overflow valve, so you can't overflow the sink, which I thought that was really clever, actually. And she said, oh, that's very Swiss. Here's my stove and oven. It's a little bit smaller than back home. I have a love-hate relationship here, because the oven, I can't seem to get it to turn on except for one setting, so it takes a long time to cook things. And this is kind of like an efficiency apartment. So this right here, in between my fingers, is my refrigerator. So not a lot of space here, but let's look at it. So yeah, the food's been a little bit interesting. Everything's, kind of the same, but a little bit different. Here's an example of some French salad dressing, but it's a little bit more like ranch. So I'm not sure kind of how they determine French versus ranch here, but milk and other juices and stuff come in these kind of liter containers, so that's interesting. And I'm eating like a lot of yogurt and salad and bread and cheese. Man, cheese is all over here, so it's you can't hardly have a meal without it, it seems like. This is my spare room, so I'm in the middle of doing laundry. I've got some stuff piled up there, and they had a drying rack in here, so I'm actually using that. I have to go downstairs and pay for the laundry, so by drying it I'm saving money, and it's good for the environment, right? Here's my bedroom. So it's pretty standard. I've got like they have single mattresses here instead of mattress and a box spring, and this duvet cover is pretty comfortable. And then I like these big windows here. The cool thing is that they open up all the way. Let's just check it out. And there's no screen, so I literally could just jump down there to the ground if I wanted to. And I've thought about it, but I haven't done it because it's probably about 30 feet or so. And I have a great view of the back parking lot. You may say that's not that exciting, but that kind of dark gray bluish car is my rental car, and because I park I have my own spot back there, so I don't have to try and find parking like along the street every day, and I don't have to pay extra for parking. So that's a pretty big deal around here. All the spots are really small and you have to pay for them. It's just complicated. One of the things I was going to show you also that's different here is all the windows have these Fuji what's-its that you turn. Normally you use 2 hands, but you turn that, and then what happens is it lowers this shade, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it with the lighting, but anyway, this shade comes down and blocks out all the light, which is really nice. Makes it easy to sleep. And another thing I was going to show you is all of the windows have these kind of lace curtains on, so that seems to be very Swiss, actually. Here's my closets. So they're more like big cabinets, which is kind of interesting, but maybe that's not so exciting. Let's keep going. But they do go up all the way to the ceiling, so I think that's interesting. So I'm not sure how you like hang your stuff up there, but I'm sure there's a ladder, or somebody has a ladder somewhere. This is how the place is heated. So there's no air conditioning here, and there's registers in all the rooms, and you turn this little knob to get the heat on. So that's interesting. And then here's my bathroom. So hi, and well, here's the crazy shower curtain. It's kind of a tropical print, which seems odd. And then here's the bathtub. So this is relatively normal, but this sprayer shoots out tons of water in here. It looks really little, but I thought of the Seinfeld episode when they talked about water pressure when I first turned that on. And the tub is really deep, like deeper than normal back home, and so stepping out onto the ground here in the morning is sometimes a little risky, but I haven't really fallen yet. And the other thing that's interesting is that I've got a washer in here, which is convenient because I can, use it whenever I want to. But it takes 2 hours to do 1 load, so you can't. It just doesn't go fast. So I gotta plan that out. And then there's crazy kind of green tile in here. So that's the master bathroom, and then there's actually a guest bathroom, which is sort of a little bit different. And it's crazy because it's got red tile, and it also has a red toilet seat, so that just it's really bright. But the toilets here normally have a stopper at the top, or 2 buttons, one if you have a lot to flush and one if you have a little to flush. So the environmentalist in me likes that. And all of the toilet paper holders have these covers on them, so I think that's so that you can get a clean tear. So the Swiss seem to be very clean and efficient, just in kind of how they do things. So, well, that's pretty much the apartment. It's kind of small, so that ends up being, my tour. But I just wanted to give you a sense for, where I've been and what I've been living in and how that's been working. So thanks to everybody for your prayers while I've been here. That's really meant a lot to me, so I really appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to being home probably the beginning of November. So some of you I'm going to get a chance to see real soon. So again, thanks for your prayers. I love you guys and I miss you a lot, and hope that you're all doing well. So that's it, the end. There's my movie, and I hope you enjoyed it. So au revoir from Switzerland, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.